Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to take a look at the pens that I've got inked up in August of 2025, and they're not inked up and in my daily use or in my videos that I've got coming up. So this is a good chance to take a look at the pens that are sat there ready for me to use when I need them. So join me now, down on the table, let's jump on in. Welcome down to the table. So here we go, my inked pens for August of 2025. This is an A4 Rode notepad and it's got a dot grid. So let me just turn this around, makes it easier for me to write. First one, this is a fairly new pen. Only did a first impressions of this the other week. This is a Hero 240, which for some reason I keep calling the Hero 560. Very light feeling pen. Cartridge converter, but it's one of them pumpy type ones. I know, very technical term that, isn't it? I do like the nib on this, so it's different, isn't it? Let me just hold this up so you can get a better idea. There we go, so you can see there. Bit unusual, bit reminds me a little bit there of a pyramid. So we've got here a when I'm writing with it, the nib looks odd. It looks as if it's raised up, but it seems to be writing all right. Price-wise, $5 Aussie. Can you go wrong? The ink, Diamine Harmony. So this to me is a purplish ink. Well, it's going down very dark at the moment. So, yep, the Hero 240 there. Next up, from Ginhow, we've got a few Ginhow pens now in a row. Let me move this up, there we go, you can actually see it now. This is Ginhow Dada 9013, so the smallest of the Dada range. I love this material with, can you see the sparkles in it? Just grabs the eye a little bit without being in your face. Cartridge converter, you can see that through the material. Nice wide section on this. I find this section really comfortable. I do feel I need to post it. It doesn't feel too back heavy. I just think unposted, it just feels too short for me. The nib on this is a medium. Price-wise, you're looking about $12 Aussie. The ink is by Colourverse. So getting a little bit of an issue there when I'm writing. Could be how I'm holding the nib, I don't know, but that's something I do need to bear in mind. I like this green, I like this ink in here. I've found this NGC 2264. As time goes on, it's really grown on me. But anyway, that's that Ginhow 9013. Let's move the paper up a tiny bit. I'm going to stick with Ginhow for a Ginhow X850. Now, there's a shimmer ink in here, so I'm going to agitate it as I'm talking. I love the classic look of this. I really do like the fact we've just got that black there with the gold there, the gold trim. It looks very nice. Cartridge converter, as I say, I'm agitating this just to make sure we get the shimmer the best chance. I do like the section on this as well. We've got here, now I've gone too far. If I go like this, there we go. So on here we've got like little ribbed insets. So if you hold your nib there, but I hold my nib lower down so it doesn't actually do anything for me, but it's helping to guide your fingers. So we've got here a price-wise, this one also about $12 Aussie. The ink, Diamine Merry and Bright. I'll say this is a shimmer ink. I do find this is hit or miss with whether I get the shimmer or not. But on this one, I don't see much, although I'm seeing some develop down here on the bottom of that Y. Oh yeah, and on the bright there. We'll come back and have a look at that in a second. The next ink, again I'm agitating because there's a shimmer in this one as well. This is Ginhow 100 Centennial. One of my favourite pen models. I've got now, I think it's 5, maybe 6 of these. Obviously different colours. This is the blue one. A very nice pen. I know it's very much a reminiscent of something like a Parker Centennial or a Conklin Durograph. Got a converter in there. That's it. I'm still agitating it. Nice comfortable section. We have a nice lip at the bottom. As I say, I hold my pens down at the bottom so my fingers just rest on that lip really nicely. Let's move the page up. There we go. So we have here a price for this. You're looking about 22 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamine Stargazer, and then do that. So this is meant to be a shimmer and a sheen in ink. Again, we'll come back in a few minutes after we've done all the pens just to have a quick look. The name of the ink though always reminds me of Star Trek. I believe it was Captain Picard's first command. Was it the USS Stargazer? Let's move the page up again ever so slightly. Next up, we're quickly going to jump over to Taiwan. We've got a Twisby Eco. This is the fully transparent version. I like here in the cap, because it's fully transparent, you can see there's a little bit of a liner there. So that's helping to protect the nib. Hopefully keeps it nice and wet. I love demonstrator pens. I love Twisby Ecos. Again, I've got multiple. I've now got one of these in each nib size. And there's the nib on this one. This one is a medium. Price-wise, so we're now taking the jump. We're going up to about 55 Aussie dollars. The ink, so this is going to be fun. And apologies, my poor old stomach was grumbling then, and I'm not sure if the mic picked it up or not. So you may have some extra sound effects today. So there we go. Diamine Jacaranda, nice, like a pale purpley type ink to me with a little bit of shading coming through. Our next pen, going back to China. This time we're going for a Wingong pen, and this is a Wingong 698. There's 2 versions of this. There's a steel nibbed version and a gold nibbed version. This is the gold nibbed version. I've also got the steel as well. They also have quite a number of different colours. Not sure if you can see this very well. It is a piston filling pen. So just trying to capture that for you. It's hard to see really with this material. The section does actually go down, so it can start to feel a bit thin for me. It's still more than usable. That's it. On here we've got a 14 karat gold nib. Move the page up. Price-wise, here we're looking at about 92 Aussie dollars. Obviously, the steel version is a lot cheaper. The ink, Diamine Spruce. So this ink is a scented ink. It's also got a bit of a sheen to it. I can start to see that sheen developing. Again, we'll come back and look at it. That's a nice ink. This pen, I did have some issues with writing with it. So what I did is I pulled out the nib and feed, gave it a really, really good clean, repositioned it ever so slightly. And after that, I've had no issues. So I'd obviously not got that nib and feed in quite right before. So last one, under 150 Aussie dollars. This one, again, I'm going to need to agitate. There's a chameleon ink in here. So this is the Monte Verde Ripma. This is in the olive colour. Metal pen, quite heavy. Cartridge converter. Here we go. Still agitating this. You can hopefully see a bit of the ink left in there. Section is metal and it's all one width. I do find that my fingers do tend to slip on this a bit, so I have to be careful about that. So I'm constantly watching when I'm writing. Then we've got a number 6 nib here. So this is a Yoho nib. This one's from Goulet Pens. I'm not sure how well this pen is going to work. What I've found in the past with a number of Shimmer and chameleon inks in this pen, it just stops writing. It just gets blocked so easily. Standard inks I've never had an issue with. So I say we've got a chameleon in here. Let's see how it goes. I was about to put Monte in there. It's Monte Verde. It's got a broad nib. And the price for this, you're looking about 103 Aussie dollars. The ink, diamine pine needle. So we've had no issues there with writing. Let's just put that down and see what it looks like in a few minutes. I like this pen. It was recommended to me by a viewer. Wow, yeah, it really was good. Really enjoy it. I may even get some more. As I said, the only thing I have to be careful of is the ink that I put in there. So that's all the pens under 150 Aussie dollars. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. We'll now take a look at pens over 150 Aussie dollars, and we start with the Opus 88 Omar. This was a gift from a viewer. Very much appreciate that. Beautiful green colour. Eyedropper filled pen. Takes an awful lot of ink. So when I'm using this, I know I've got it there for a few months. Love this colour. You know, it's mainly green, but we've got hints of blue, like a grey blue there coming through. Quite nice. So it's eyedropper. The section, nice there. Really nice fit. And we have a number 6 nib. So here we've got another broad nibbed pen, and the price about 176 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamine Mint Twist. So this is another chameleon ink. Yeah. And I've noticed I don't see a lot of chameleon coming out of this ink in this pen. So that's something I'm going to be monitoring as time goes on. Next up, we've got another gold nibbed pen. This one is from Lami, and it's the Lami 2000. Really well made, well engineered pen. It's a piston filler, but you can hardly see the join there between the body and the mechanism. It's so well made. The cap pulls off. One of the things I've got against it, I would have liked it to have twisted off. We've got these little nubs here. That's what the cap it latches onto. So if you do take the nib off, you've got to be careful you don't lose these. And then here we've got a teeny tiny. You get the hint that it's small window there. I really struggle to see the ink level. It's just so small. We've got this hooded nib. Although it's a broad nib, it does write with quite a stubby nature. Price wise, so we do take quite a jump, up to about 340 Aussie dollars. The ink, Colourverse Aquarius Whispers. This, like the rest of the inks we'll see today, is a standard ink. I like this colour. I like the name. It always reminds me of a song from the 70s. I remember as a kid. This is the age of Aquarius. I don't know why it fetches that to mind. But yeah, nice ink. Seen a tiny bit of shading as well with this. And as you can see, the nib got a little bit of a stubbiness to it. So here's the down lines. Here's the cross lines. So that's the Lami 2000. Going to go to Italy now. So we've had a pen from Taiwan. We've had a pen from Germany, and we're going to Italy now for the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande. This is the original version. This is in the dark Hawaii pattern. Very nice pen, piston filling pen. So you've got your mechanism here. No ink window. One of the things that really lets this down, I've got no idea of the ink level. I like this section. This is the older style Leonardo section. I just find it so comfortable. But I hold my pens down at the bottom, so that could explain it. Let's move the page up whilst I'm talking. Then we've got that number 6 nib. This has got a medium steel nib. Price-wise, you're looking about 377 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamine Early Dusk. Nice blue ink, just like a standardy type ink, maybe leaning a bit towards a turquoisey type colour, but it's enjoyable to write with. Another jump in price for the next one. So next one, we're going to Japan, and here we're going to have the Pilot Custom 823. This is the brown version. Really love this. Vacuum filling pen. Hopefully you can see the mechanism there, the bar. Got a nice wide section. Then at the bottom there we've got a 14 karat gold nib, and it's a Pilot number 15 sized nib. So it's another broad nib. Say, jump in price, 594 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamond Brandy Snap. I like the colour of this. It's nice, like a goldeny brown type colour to me. And when I was a kid, I used to like brandy snaps. Not so much now. I think they're a bit too sweet for me now. But certainly when I was a kid, I used to love them. Another massive price jump for the next pen. There's only this pen and the next one, so there's 2 pens left. The first of those 2 is the Pelican M1000 in Renaissance Brown. One of my grail pens. I did pay extra for the Renaissance Brown. I just like the look of it. I think it looks really, really nice. This one is another piston filling pen. Problem with it again, no ink window, but the body is slightly translucent. I just really struggle to see through it to see the ink level. So for all intents and purposes, I never know how much ink is in this one either. Just look at this nib, it's massive. This is an 18 karat gold nib. There we go. It's another broad nib. And wow, wait till you see it right. It is such a wet writer. In the hand, ever so comfortable. So let's write. I barely touch the nib to the page. I say this one is 18 karat gold. price wise, hold on to your socks, 1,350 Aussie dollars. The ink, Colourverse Whitehall. With this pen being so wet, this ink, it just looks so nice. Which means we now come to the final pen. And the final pen is the Viscanti Homo sapiens, my other main grail pen. This is the Dark Age. So we've got, I want to say lava, I think it's basaltic rock from Mount Etna, ground up, mixed with some resin. Then I use it to create these works of art. Absolutely stunning. Power vac system, so it's a vacuum filling pen. I love this, the hook safe. It pops on and pops off really easy. It's another 18 karat gold nib. It's another broad nib, but it writes very differently than what we were seeing with the Pelican. Oh, I was about to say it's out of ink. Here we're looking at 1,397 Aussie dollars. The ink, now my guess is we're getting a bit low on ink, which is why I've been having some of these issues, because normally this doesn't happen. It's another pen, there's no ink window, so I don't know how much ink I've got left in there. Let's do that. I have noticed in the past, as this gets low on ink, we do tend to see a little bit of skipping with it. Let's go back to the first view and let's take a look at those shimmer and those sheen in ink. So the first shimmer one, which was Diamine Merriam Bright. Oh wow, I'm seeing loads now which had time to dry. Hopefully you can see that. We've got like a, I don't know whether to say it's silver or gold. Maybe, I think maybe silver sitting on top of that. Hopefully the camera's capturing that for you. Then we come down to the Stargazer. So this one's a sheen. So yep, seeing loads of that red sheen. Not seeing much though of the shimmer. Yeah, not really seeing much at all. We come on down now to the Wingong. So this is a sheen in ink. Again on this paper, not seeing much. I often with this ink do see quite a bit of red sheen with it. The pine needle in the Ripma. Certainly here where I've scribbled, I'm seeing bits of like a silver type chameleon coming through there. And little bits in the writing. Again, let me get this into the camera for you. Not sure if that's going to come through on the camera. Let me just try different angles for you. And then mint twist. Again, where I've done my little bit of a scribble. Yeah, I'm seeing a bit in the writing. Not so much, but I'm seeing quite a lot of shading there in the writing. So these are my inked pens for August of 2025. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So what are your thoughts on these? Which ones do you like? Which ones would you want me to use next? Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart that conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.